All right, this is People of the State of Michigan versus Michael Laughlin, docket number 18-438FH. And Mr. Laughlin, you are here because a bench warrant was issued. It was issued based on allegations that you were in violation of probation. It is alleged, first of all, that on or about March 22nd of this year, you changed your residence from the Roosevelt Avenue address without permission of your agent. The other allegation is on the same date, you had drug paraphernalia in your possession. And then the third allegation is that on March 23rd of this year, you failed to attend relapse prevention as directed. Do you understand the allegations against you, Mr. Laughlin?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
And if they're proven true, it could subject you to a maximum penalty of up to life or any term of years on one of your prior convictions, up to 15 years in prison on the other, and up to 15 years in prison on the third. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. You are represented today by Mr. Austin, who's present. You also have the right to have a contested hearing on these allegations, where you could appear by yourself or through your attorney. You could hear the evidence presented against you. You could cross-examine witnesses, and you could present your own evidence. And Mr. Austin, do we know how we're proceeding on this?
Yes, Your Honor. I had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Laughlin. It's my understanding he'll be admitting to the violations.
Is that correct, Mr. Laughlin?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, would you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Laughlin, as I said, you have the right to a contested hearing. If you plead guilty, you will not have a contested hearing, and you'll give up the rights that go along with it. That includes the right to have the allegations proven, the right to have the witnesses against you appear at the hearing and to be able to cross-examine them, the right to have this court order any witnesses that you might have to appear at the hearing, and also the right to testify yourself at the hearing if you wanted to. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone made any promises to you to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone used any threats or other kinds of pressure?
No, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty because you believe you are in violation of probation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so first of all, did you change your residence without permission?
Yeah, well, I got kicked out of the Pinnacle house, and then I became homeless. I didn't have my cell phone on me or any of my belongings, really. Not that that's an excuse, but that's what happened.
Okay. And did you fail to attend relapse prevention?
I did, Your Honor. I didn't have my cell phone on me to contact Jim Keel. Like I said, I became homeless. I used inhalants the night of questioning, and then Pinnacle called the ambulance, and the ambulance seen me out, and I didn't get out of the hospital until like 2 or 3 in the morning. In which case I became homeless. I had no place to go. And then I was homeless for about 3 weeks, Your Honor.
And then were you using the inhalants again? Is that what was going on?
Yes, Your Honor. I went on a downward spiral. I need to get back into treatment as soon as they sent me to Harley Hospital in Flint for 3rd-degree burns around my lips and on my hands. A can busted open, and I still continue to use, even though I was damaged. And, you know, I just really need help, Your Honor. It's not a life I choose to live. And I just went on a downward spiral really, really fast, Your Honor.
Okay, I understand. We'll talk more about that in just a minute. The court finds the plea is understandingly, voluntarily, and knowingly made. It is supported by the testimony. The plea of guilty is accepted. Mr. Laughlin is found in violation of probation. And Agent Forrest, is there a recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to start with that I don't believe the court is bound by any of the jail sentencing caps, and that there was a bench warrant arraignment on February 26th of 2020, a bench warrant arraignment on August 3rd of 2020, and a previous show cause on January 25th of 2021. Mr. Laughlin's been on probation for approximately 2.5 years. He's had the benefit of outpatient treatment at New Oakland Family Center, relapse prevention. He's attended inpatient treatment at the Holden House, the House of Commons, and transitional housing at the Pinnacle House. He's also completed a scram term. I would definitely agree that Mr. Laughlin is in need of more treatment. However, I'm frankly not sure what else can be accomplished on probation, given all of the programs that he's already been placed in. Therefore, I would ask that the court revoke probation and leave any amount of jail time at the discretion of the court. Mr. Laughlin does have a total overall credit of 229 days. Thank you.
Okay, let's just backtrack a little bit here. He had a PV on February 26th of last year. Then he had one on August 3rd of last year.
Yes.
And then this one.
And there was also a show cause on January 25th of this year.
I show that was this one.
I believe the January 25th allegations are similar in nature.
Oh, yeah, okay, so my notes show it's the same thing, but it's because it was the same thing, different day,
Yes,
right?
that's correct, Your Honor.
I see, all right. So you're recommending revocation, and that would be after 3 prior technical violations. I'm sorry, I was focused on counting the priors. Can you tell me again your recommendation on the time is?
I don't really have a recommendation. The guidelines are 10 to 46. The minimum, I believe, would be approximately 300 days. I don't really have a preference, Your Honor, on that, just more so that I'm not sure what else we can accomplish on probation.
Okay, did you say 229 days credit?
229 days, yes.
All right, thank you. Sorry for my confusion, but it's really hard to keep track of violations and whether they're technical or not and what number this is, so thank you. Mr. Austin, I'll hear from you.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Mr. Laughlin is obviously someone that really struggles with the disease of addiction. He's someone who very badly needs help, wants help. He's expressed that to me. He's expressed that to the court. And I know that the court and the probation department has extended its resources, I think, in really trying to help him. Unfortunately, relapse is sometimes a part of recovery, but he does have the realization that he's not making excuses. He knows that he has a problem. He needs to work on it. He desperately needs to get it addressed, or things are just going to continually spiral downward for him. He is on probation, misdemeanor probation at the 55th District Court. He had a PV matter on that this morning. I know I was able to survey what happened with that probation violation hearing. Sounds like his agent is advocating for him to remain on probation out there. He admitted to the violation. That sentencing has been adjourned 1 week in front of Judge Allen for really a couple of things. One, I think, to wait and see what happens with his court matter here, but it was also suggested that he be screened for mental health court in the interim, and to possibly even look into giving him another stint at residential treatment there. So I think if that is a likelihood to occur, I would ask the court to strongly consider keeping him on probation here so we can continue to address the obvious needs that he has. If the court is inclined to adopt the recommendation, I would ask that the court not impose any further upfront incarceration at this point, but I would ask the court to strongly consider keeping Mr. Laughlin on probation and perhaps some other type of stint with residential treatment court, or try to coordinate with the 55th District Court probation, what they're going to be doing to help him address those needs as well. Thank you.
If I could just, I'll hear from you in just a minute, Mr. Laughlin, but if I could just backtrack to Agent Forrest. It looks like we've never tried residential, and is he qualified for that?
We have sent him to House of Commons previously, and he put himself into Holden House previously throughout probation. He would be eligible for residential, though.
Oh, I see. He previously had Holden House before I got Mr. Laughlin. I don't remember sending him to House of Commons though, but you say I did?
I believe that was following the bench warrant arraignment on August 3rd of 2020. I know he did successfully complete the House of Commons at the end of last year.
Oh, I found it, yes. Okay, Mr. Laughlin, anything you would like to say?
No, Your Honor, I just like to apologize to the courts for, failure to appear and wasting the court's time. I would have showed up if I would have been homeless. I was under a bridge at the time. I didn't have a cell phone. Not that that's an excuse, but I had no way of getting a hold of anybody. And I'd really appreciate the second chance at getting help, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Well, first of all, it's never a waste of my time. One, this is my job, but two, I want to help you, and there's no amount of my time that would ever be a waste if I am trying to help you. But I'm out of ways to help. As the agent noted, we sent you to House of Commons. There've been multiple violations, and I'm just out of resources that would be meaningful to get you out of this situation that you're in. So I'm hoping that Judge Allen can do better with resources that he has available, but I am going to revoke your probation and sentence you to 365 days in jail with credit for 229 days already served. There was a straddle cell of 10 to 46 months, but I see no point whatsoever in sending a nonviolent offender to prison on a fourth probation technical violation. So, Mr. Laughlin, you have the right to file an application for leave to appeal your conviction and your sentence in this matter. You're entitled to an attorney at public expense to assist you in doing that. If you're making a request for one, you have to make it within 42 days of today's date, and we will send you a form that tells more about that, and it is the form that you use to start that appeal, and we'll mail it out to you at the jail. All right, do you have any questions before we go?
No, Your Honor. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate your time.
Oh, you're very welcome. Good luck to you, Mr. Laughlin.
Thank you,
You
Your
can
Honor.
tell them there at the jail then that you're all done.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Welcome.